What's going on, guys? We live. We back in the venue. What's up? We back live streaming. I know it's like long periods when I go live, right? But I don't want to go live unless, again, I really have something to speak about as far as the topic is concerned. So shout out to everybody that's here. Moderators, channel members, Patreons. What's good, people? What's good, people? Shout out to everybody that's here early, too. I like when people are here early. I'm here early, so, why don't you be here early? You know what I'm saying? So salute to everybody that's here early. We're going to get into this. And people are wondering, well, Jay, what does passports have to do with this topic? Well, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you how all this ties in, man. The attitude of the Western woman is basically driving men away. The bad attitudes of you heifers are driving men away. And you think there's always going to be more men there, or maybe. Shout out to Samurai. It says Patreon checking in here. Yeah, listen, I'm going to address Patreon very soon. I got some great content coming to Patreon. So shout out to the people that's been supporting the content I have been putting up. And I'm going to get to the chat room. So I've been thinking over the last couple of weeks about getting to my roots in regards to commentary. I think I've been doing more news stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I really want to get back to the commentary because that's how I got started, was doing commentary, speaking on things, right? Not necessarily doing news stuff, even though that was a choice. I just feel like there's a lot going on out here that we need to discuss. I don't think it needs to be ignored. All right. So let's see who's here. Let's see. Steven, Aaron, Sydney, Carl, Bootcamp, Slim, South, D-Mecca, Shing, 25 Kid, Anil, Aboa, Mr. Hill, Pop Smoke, Link, Manny, Champ, Steven, Robert, what's good? Raguya, Yuga, excuse me. See, Samurai. Samurai Wills. We got two Samurais in here. Hey Dot, Matthew, Swing Out, Chris, Sir Ism, Gentleman, Josh Goins, what's up? Earth, Jean Marie, Eric, what's good? Make sure y'all like the stream too, man. Winifred, what's up? Hashay, Steph. Shout out to everybody that's here, man. Thank y'all for being here on this live stream earlier, because usually about 10:30 before I go live. But oh no, I made it my mission to go live right before 9:30. Just trying to figure out what slot works best, All right. What's up, George? Indra. Workout, what's up? King Carolina. Jerome, what's up? Yeah, we really gonna get into this. What song was that, Kendrick? The song is called Push Through. That's the Kendrick Lamar song. It's called Push Through. PUSHTHRU. Look it up on SoundCloud. Write it just like that, one word. Cheese Mo was good. We're gonna get into this. You Western heifers, y'all give us every bit of content. I don't get it. Like, why do you keep doing this? Like, why do you keep doing this? You know what's crazy? Y'all know why I don't play this gender war BS? Jean-Marie said this time slot is perfect. Y'all know why I don't play this gender war BS? Because I see what's going on out here. I see the things that are happening to these women and men too. So yes, you're gonna have women who are gonna get online and they're gonna say things that may hurt some of you guys' feelings. All right, it's gonna hurt some of you people's feelings. Yes, it is the Talib Kweli remix, but that's how the song is. You find the song before you find who did the song. I see the stories. Y'all know how many stories I've come across that show a lot of these women really getting fucked up out here. That's why I don't play this gender war BS, because I could put out stories every day about black women taking a shit ton of L's. I was informed that there was a woman that I did a video on. She took her life. She took the life of her boyfriend. It turned out her boyfriend had a whole wife and family, and she was basically a side chick. Didn't know that till after I did the video. These women are starting to lose it. Just like you got these males that are losing it, a lot of these Western women are losing it. That's why, again, I don't play this gender war BS. I don't. But I will check you heifers every chance I get, because a lot of y'all are running your mouths. You're writing posts. You're making videos when your own life is messed up. What's good, Eric? And Fresh, what's up? And I see what's going on with y'all out here. See, I'm not trapped on Twitter and Instagram arguing with people. That's why I tell y'all, man, why do y'all sit here and argue with these people? I don't get it. That person's life probably sucks. That's why they have so much time to argue in comment section. Get on YouTube, video, do video after video on TikTok, YouTube live streams. You got all day to be on a YouTube live stream or be on TikTok or wherever going live, but you don't you some of these heifers claim they're married. I really doubt that. Or unless their husband is so disinterested in them, he allows them to do whatever they want to do. As long as they're not getting a divorce. And let me tell you dudes that are married something. Why in the hell would you marry a woman you don't want to be around? You are a sucker and you're lame. That's what being lame is. That's corny to me. Staying with a woman you can't even stand. She on social media causing a complete causing chaos, and you in the other room trying to ignore her like she don't exist. Y'all need to get control of your women who claim they're married. Why are married heifers worrying about men going overseas? I don't get it. And you got males too. You got males, bro. There are guys that are upset at Michael B. Jordan for confronting a woman who said out of her own mouth that she was an old friend of his, and he like, friend. And there were dudes that had a problem with that. What? Listen, if you in my face with a microphone talking about we good friends that used to talk shit about me, I'm not going to be fake. You're not in your feelings if you're being honest. I'd rather be honest than be fake. You know damn well we ain't friends. You know you used to talk crazy about me. Let me tell, and you know what's crazy? And we're going to get into Michael B. Jordan, but this is commentary. Damn it. And also I'm going to speak on some other posts that's going to strengthen my argument. You people are crazy. Listen, you males that are getting online trying to defend Americanized women because men are leaving to go overseas. Listen, I don't care what none of you dudes do. I don't. And neither should you. Let me tell you why these guys are doing this real quick. And again, make sure y'all like the stream. You got a lot of men who for years, hold on. Let's continue to get the likes up. We're live with Jada Black. We're not, this ain't just some regurgitated bullshit. You're hearing it from me because I don't regurgitate. If I say it one time, I didn't get it from nobody but me. In this whole thing with Michael B. Jordan, and I told y'all that I saw that there was a few males that didn't like what he had said to this alpha. Y'all got to understand that a man who is successful, a man who is comfortable in who he is, he's not going to be fake. And especially for a woman who he knows is being fake and being fraudulent. He's not going to be fake with her. He's like, I used to be one of those people that used to clown me for wanting to be a model and an actor. Because you thought that the only type of cool guys were the street dudes. How many street dudes did L'Oreal get ran through? Trust me. Most of these women, like a L'Oreal, have been ran through. Just like her friend, her bodyguard that wants to get out here and they want to defend her, and you want to call him corny because he dates Caucasian women. How many Caucasian men have you dealt with? You and L'Oreal. That's the one thing about this whole thing to me that doesn't make any sense. You heifers are obsessed with white men. But you want to call Michael B. Jordan corny for dating Caucasian women. But y'all are the obsessed ones. I don't think Michael B. Jordan is obsessed with white women the way that y'all are obsessed with white men. It's all over social media. Look at the worship. You're worshiping them on YouTube. You're worshiping them on TikTok. You're worshiping them on Instagram, especially when they're dating a black female. There's a lot of worship. There's a lot of worship going on. KYX, listen, if you don't know why I have the corny in the title, then obviously you don't watch my videos. Because he's being called corny. I'm not calling him corny. I'm not calling anybody corny except the beta males that don't like what he did or like men who choose to go overseas. So keep that in mind. Maybe you understand that. Maybe I'm confusing because you keep putting it in the chat room. So I hope you understand why it's in the title. Now, with Michael B. Jordan, I want y'all to understand I think he's had to deal with so much ridicule from black women. He don't get ridiculed by black men. Look at the comment sections when they post about him in these blog sites, right? The Shade Room, right? Some of these other pages. Look at black women disrespect Michael B. Jordan. Black men don't disrespect Michael B. Jordan. It's you black heifers who disrespect him. And L'Oreal's friend's reaction is what she has seen other black women say about Michael B. Jordan for months. What's good, Brian? What's good, Vernon? He's probably seen that. Ain't no black man calling him corny. It's you heifers calling him corny. And his reaction to that was that, he's seen enough. He's seen enough. And that's why he had the posture that he had with L'Oreal, trying to be fake, right? Oh, we're old friends. No, you're not. You're just like the rest of these heifers in these comment sections calling him names, talking about how he wants a white woman, projecting because they want a white man. And the only type of white man that's going to deal with them is a white man who deals with them behind the scenes, not in public. Can't even get a date out of them. So, so when people see all because I remember I made a video a couple years ago. It's on one of my backup channels, my Jada Black Redux 2 channel. I did a video about the treatment that Michael B. Jordan is getting from you heifers. I made that video almost 3 years ago about the treatment that you heifers have been giving Michael B. Jordan. He's not being called corny by black men. It's you heifers that are doing it. You heifers love to try to put men into categories, especially black men. You see, with us as black men, we're put into 2 categories. We're either corny or we're not. And to them, a non-corny man is a guy who runs the streets pretending to be a tough guy, right? Who has baby mamas, who's exciting, right? Dysfunctional, right? They love dysfunctional men. To them, if you're not a dysfunctional man, then you're corny to them. Now, that's if you're black. I mean, if you're a white corny guy, oh, you're the coolest thing ever, right? Look at how they try to hype up Serena Williams' husband. Like, come on, man. I'm bringing truth to y'all. Some of y'all don't like what I have to say, but it's the truth. He's only being called corny by you melanated women. And there have been women calling him corny for years. They have. But look at all these so-called thugs folding left and right so they can avoid jail. I just think that in the melanated community, we are screwed up. Right. He let Drake diss him and then let his wife come to his party and invited his wife to a party. That's corny to me. You know? I think it's sickening to me to see the treatment that y'all give a guy who works hard, who is successful, and guys like him. It ain't just Michael B. Jordan. There's a lot of these guys who keep their nose clean. They're not dysfunctional. They don't have kids out of wedlock. Y'all think those guys are corny because y'all hate men who have themselves together. Y'all hate men that you can't put into a box. A man who, he doesn't need a woman to live off of. And y'all wonder why these men are turning to other races of women, going to different countries? Because y'all have become undateable. I don't care how good you heifers look on Instagram. You're still not dateable. The only man you're going to get is a man who's fresh out the penitentiary or a man that needs a place to stay. He's a hobo. He's a hobo. And again, this is the truth. I'm not here to lie to none of y'all. I'm giving you truth. This is truth. What this heifer's friend, Dominique the Dummy, said in her Instagram post, she was basically, I think she was speaking for a lot of the women that be in these comment sections. I've seen the comments. I've seen it for years. I've seen y'all disrespect this man for years. And it's always been melanated men who've defended Michael B. Jordan. See, y'all got to hear this. I know it's tough. But y'all got to understand where he was coming from. He has to hear you black women who he tells you every chance he gets how much he loves black women, how much he loves his black mother, only for him to see comments from you and hear audios from y'all fucking, y'all got me cussing up in here, from your podcast, man, that no one cares about. From your podcast that no one cares about, man. L'Oreal, she's a part of those lip service podcasts. I know Lip Service with Angela Yee. L'Oreal is one of the people on that show who talks about having relations. Like, she's single as fuck. Angela Yee, all of them. All they have is casual situationships. None of those heifers on that show have a man. None of them. They might have a sugar daddy, but they ain't got no man, boyfriend, husband, none of that. This is why I don't pander to you melanated heifers. You don't deserve any of that from me because I see you for who you really are. And I see the type of men that you want to be with and the type of lifestyle that you want. And I'm not going to sit here and pander to you when I know you're dysfunctional. This L'Oreal heifer should have apologized, and she didn't do it because she has no respect for black men. Women like L'Oreal have zero respect for black men. That's why she didn't apologize. But that's okay because she's irrelevant. She's like an F-lister. She's a failed reality TV personality who has to do the lip service show because that's the only podcast of any type of relevance that she can be on to get noticed. Some of y'all need a life. Talking about how because he's dated Caucasian women, he's corny. Well, what about the melanated women that date Caucasian men? Are they corny? Ava Marcel called Michael B. Jordan corny, and L'Oreal co-signed it on the show. So Ava Marcel. You know how many non-melanated men has Ava Marcel been with? She looks like the type that will never leave the streets. I don't care who she's in a relationship with, married to, or whatnot. She just seems like for the streets. If there was somebody that I could say is for, it's Ava Marcel. Sheesh. This is why these younger black men are waking up and they're mad. They're calling in the big guns. They got the couple of white simps. They got their black white knights. They got some foreign heifers. You know what I'm saying? Americanized foreign heifers. And they got some white women. They trying to call in everybody. But you cannot stop this no matter how much you try. This is something that's been in motion for the last 10 years. 10 years. So how are you going to stop it? Yeah, Ava Marcel is a baby mama. She drove her ex crazy. She drove that man crazy, man. Talking about somebody's corny. No, it's corny that y'all heifers want to look like white women. Blonde hair, fake blue eye contacts, lightening your skin. Y'all remember the video I did about Chris Brown and the melanated female from the UK, right? When she did that response video, man, she had different shades of brown skin. She had the lighter toned brown skin. She got the regular toned brown skin. Like you can tell she's lightening her skin. Plus she got blonde hair. Hey, melanated women, why don't you focus on being black instead of trying to be white? And then because it's always the female that done bleached their skin with blonde hair talking about how somebody's corny. But you're trying to look like white women, though. You're trying to look like white women, but you want to call somebody else corny? Like, how dare you? How dare you open your mouth to say anything about anybody being corny when you're out here trying to look like Becky? Different shades of brown on your face with blonde hair. Trying to look like that white woman. You need to stop. Y'all out here y'all look like cosplay white women with all this makeup on, all this skin lightening and blonde hair, and you want to call somebody corny. Go look at the profile pictures of the black women in these comment sections talking about somebody's corny, somebody's lame. Look at them. BBLs, they're part of the BBL community. The BBL community probably be the main ones talking about Michael B. Jordan. The BBL community, you got chicks with long flowing weave and, you know, the skin has been lightening. They got a whole bunch of filters, you know, different shades of brown skin. These are the main ones that got something to say about guys like Michael B. Jordan. That's why guys like Michael B. Jordan go after white women. Why would I want the fake, fraudulent one, the wannabe, when I can get the real thing? Like, come on, man. Make sure y'all like the stream too. Y'all out here trying to be women that you are not. And you want to tell me I'm corny. You want to tell me I got self-hate. How you going to tell me I got self-hate when you're trying to look like an Italian woman? You out here trying to look like an Italian woman talking about somebody's lame and corny. Why are you trying to look like an Italian woman? I know Italian, you got Italians who have, darker toned skin, right? But they're still European. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Y'all can't say nothing about Michael B. Jordan when y'all are out here directly trying to look like the women that you call him corny for dating. This is what I'm talking about. Like, what's going on out here? Stop. Listen, hey, melanated women. The reason why you're single and you can't get a man is because you're too busy on social media worrying about who black men are. Instead of you actually going to get a black man, you're trying to de-police black men. Like, how do you explain that? How do you explain you de-policing black men, but you're not necessarily getting into a relationship with one? You see, people may think that I'm critical of the melanated woman, but not really, because I don't tell them how to live their life. I just critique the BS that I see from them. And there's a lot of BS that I'm seeing. There's a lot of BS that I'm seeing. Very hypocritical. Very hypocritical. And then I will say this. So what if these guys are corny? At the end of the day, it's not going to stop him from seeking to be successful. And let me say this too about Dominique, the diva. She said that most of the black men in the industry are corny, right? Okay, then if most of the men in the industry are corny, then you shouldn't have a problem not trying to date those men then. It just seemed to me that a lot of these women fail at trying to date these rappers or these actors, right? So they resort to the name calling because they can't get a Michael B. Jordan. So now he's corny because they can't get him, right? They wouldn't care anything about Russell Wilson until he got with Sierra. And now that he was Sierra, all of a sudden being with a corny guy is cool. A lot of you black women lives will be a lot different if you actually chose to be with these corny guys, because you wouldn't have to deal with crazy dysfunctional baby daddies or, men that you decided to date for periods of time who did nothing but waste your time, right? A lot of you women have wasted so much time on just the wrong type of men. I can see why you're bitter, but you need to look yourself in the mirror first. Yeah, and Dominique the diva failed at being a radio personality too. That's another thing to add to the list of Dominique the dummy. She failed at doing radio, and she's probably failing at podcasting as well. Just failing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I've seen the Alexa Sky video. I have seen that, and I may do that. I don't know if I'll do it on YouTube or on Patreon. But yeah, Alexa Sky has found Jesus. A lot of these women do. A lot of these women are going to start finding God, man. They should have found God years ago. Now, man, they done pop. I ain't going to say that. You know what I'm saying? Listen, not just her. Some of these women, man, because they see the writing on the wall. We have successfully begun red pilling the world, and this process began 15 years ago. And now you got all these so-called lamestream media types, these Instagram models. Have y'all noticed all these heifers want to do interviews? Like, who are you? And you're not even saying nothing but making yourself look bad. Like, when you're interviewing one of these women, right, you can't pander to them and make them feel good about their life decisions, because they do not feel good about their life decisions. You have to challenge them, and you have to be able to speak to them. Well, I can't even say that most of you males who are doing these interviews are simps anyway. So why should I even say that? Y'all got to challenge these women, because if you don't, they just, you're just going to give them, a chance to have, open, free attention. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this though. They will give you content. Okay. Look at how many clips we've seen of women saying just the stupidest things, right? Sometimes you got to do that, but you got to be able to really drive home the point that, you're going to probably be in your 40s and really bitter, yeah, because of all the horrible decisions that you made and you never decided to make any changes in your life. This is why I'm not for marriage, because signing a contract with an Americanized woman is like giving her all the leverage in the world, especially if you are a successful man. If you are a successful man, then you definitely don't need, marriage should not be something that's on the top of your to-do list, because what if it doesn't work out? Do you know how many marriages I've seen fold? People were dating each other for years, they get married, and the marriage is over in less than 2 years. It's like you done wasted all those time and resources on a heifer that didn't even want marriage. Had one foot in and one foot out. Nah. And listen. You're going to start to see a lot of women start to change their tune. This whole passport thing has been going on for years. Why is it such a big deal now? It's because, well, they need something to talk about. They need a boogeyman. Kevin Samuels was a boogeyman. Andrew Tate was a boogeyman. Now, Passport Bros is this boogeyman, but there's no name at the top of that, right? That's what's bothering these people so much. And the reason why I got corny, and I'm saying corny, I'm saying it as a term of what they are perceived to be. Go look at these TikTok videos, man. Look at what the names they're being called, man. They're being called all types of names because they choose to live their life a different way. They're being called worse than corny. That's the thing. They're being called worse than that. Don't waste your time marrying heifers who have not been able to successfully figure out who they are. Because a lot of these women don't know who they are. It don't matter what age they are either. And they want marriage. Well, do you know who you are? Are you tired of being in these streets? Because some of these women ain't. They'll tell you they are, but they not. Yeah, Tommy Sotomayor was a guy he was a boogeyman for years. You have all these boogeymen that these women fixate on. And then next thing you know, it's another one. There's always a boogeyman for them to attack. That's why I'm all for there not being no name at the top, right? Everybody is their own individual. Because when there's no one name to attack, it drives these people crazy. You cannot attack an idea. Whenever an idea is in the minds of a man, you cannot stop that. No matter how hard you try. And the thing is, a lot of them think they can. A lot of them think that they can stop an idea, but you can't. I've been doing this for almost 10 years, which is crazy. I've been doing this almost 10 years. It's crazy. I've been doing this since 2014. I've seen it. I've seen the growth. Let me tell you, the most fun I ever had on YouTube was when I first started, and it was nothing but men, right? Y'all remember the Google Plus groups they had? They had the Google Plus groups too. Because you could be on YouTube and then you can go to Google Plus, right? They took away Google Plus. Google Plus actually was a functional app. They had all these different groups and shit, and they just took it away. But it was a lot of men who were able to connect with each other through YouTube and Google Plus when I first started making content. My comment section was because I wasn't really live streaming then. Live streaming wasn't really a big thing. Google Hangouts wasn't really a big thing, but it was nothing but men in these groups, on these channels, in these comment sections. That was the most fun I had. That and they had it to where you could find. It was so much easier to find people back in 2015 and 2016. That's how a lot of men in the Manosphere was able to connect with each other. Because, what's good, Jay Thomas? Severe was good. Because we were able to see the recommends and you have all these channels. Right? But it was just a bunch of guys that would watch videos from this channel, that channel, right? That's how it was. It was a bunch of just men. And that was the most fun I had. It did seem like an era that has long since passed, right? Has long since passed. It feels like a long time ago. It does. Because it kind of was, man. That was a time period to be a part of this. There's so many great content creators that have come and gone. That have been gone for years. All right? But that was probably the best time, I would say, for me, is when just a bunch of guys who would go from channel to channel, would watch this person, watch that person. You see them here, you see, making content, really, really putting out the word. Shout out to Jay Thomas. Corny is the new word for truly desirable men. All right, appreciate that. And when you look at the way things are now, people understand what's going on and the message that has been, the message getting out here, but it's different because now it's become just a thing, like reaction videos, like news videos.
I miss Google Plus. Why they got rid of it?
Yeah, they got rid of Google Plus. I guess because they didn't want to have to pay. Maybe it was costing them money. I don't know. But it was very live. It wasn't like it was abandoned or anything. You had whole groups that were there. But yeah, they got rid of Google Plus and they got rid of Google Hangouts around the same time. I think it was 2018 is when they got rid of Google Plus. And they got rid of Google Hangouts right around that time as well. Might have been a little before that. 2018, yeah. But I'm saying that to say that now everybody's talking about red pill. Half these people don't know what it means. They just say it just to make video content, which, again, I'm sitting back and I say to myself, you know what? My content has changed. It's steered in different directions. It's because my interests steer in different directions. If they told me, listen, you can't make this content, but you can't make this content, I'd probably be like, I'll forget it, because I like change. I like to be able to do and speak on different things. That's just my personality. I'm very, I don't like to just stay on something for too long. I will get extremely bored or I will get extremely tuned out. And I don't want to be that way. I don't want to be tuned out. Right. So yeah, that was a great time, Brent. Great time, man. It was a Wild West and men were just out here just, and then YouTube came in 2017 and just took a wrecking ball to all of it. So you look at now where we are. Look at now where we are. And look at what we have become as a society. You got women getting surgeries. I'm gonna actually do a response to this woman that talks about how painful her BBL was. This is a regular, average, everyday woman. Why are you getting a BBL? They're getting a BBL because they want male attention. The need for male attention has grown. It hasn't decreased. It has grown to the point to where you got heifers working at Walmart trying to get BBLs. It's like, why? You know what I'm saying? It's like they all want to be Instagram models. They all want to be on OnlyFans. Look, 5 years ago, the majority of those women who are on OnlyFans, you know, having relations, 5 years ago, they probably said they would never do this. Now, you got heifers doing all types of screwing on OnlyFans, getting surgeries, right? Trying to be models. And it's like, this is what we have become, an attention-starved society full of women who in their hometowns, they get overlooked. They were probably the awkward girl in high school. Dudes didn't really check for them like that. So they made it their mission to get in the gym or to go get BBLs to get that male attention that they've been lacking. And now they're overcompensating to where they are risking their health just to get a bigger butt. It's like, for male attention, yes. Yes. And what a lot of these women don't understand is that there's only but so many men that you're going to have access to. And half of them dudes you probably don't even want. Shout out to Steven. Half of them dudes you probably don't even want. Hold on. So we are in a time period, man, where it's, you know, these women, man, they're like, F it. I'm going all in on getting attention from men. Shout out to BD.
Subscriber since I was 19, now 26. Appreciate the real.
Appreciate that. DB, appreciate that. BD. Shout out to you. Been here for what? 7 years. It's great. Salute to all of the guys that have grown watching the channel. You know what? Let me see if I can pull this video up. Man, I'm telling you, man, like, a lot of you heifers are going to be walking around with built up bodies, but no man. It's like, what's the point? What's the point of getting all this surgery if you just going to end up single? A lot of y'all are not wife material at all. And you're out here suffering. You're out here suffering. Getting BBLs. You got these extra average. And again, I have nothing against this young lady, but damn. Like, what is the point of this? What is the point of getting surgeries if you're gonna have to go through all this because you want attention from men? You want to be able to slide in to them leggings so you can post it online to show how big your assets are from men that you don't even know. So let's get into this. Make sure y'all like the stream, man.
So the pain is probably equivalent to like not working out for a long time.
So the way she explained it is not my experience at all. Clearly her pain level was somewhat mild. I was about to die. I remember waking up from surgery.
And by the way, I want y'all to understand, you got women who are getting these BBLs who are not being honest about their experiences. They're going to tell you that their experience was great if they're trying to promote some doctor, right? But there are women who are going through it with these BBL surgeries. And again, these are women who are average, everyday women. Now, maybe this particular female here is famous. I don't know. But all of this is just to get some attention from some guy that still ain't going to be checking for him.
Screaming from the top of my lungs. The pain was unbearable. The next day I was in the hospital because my doctor didn't answer the phone. It was just wild. Her
doctor didn't answer the phone. You know, they don't have any like They don't have like a 1-800 number to call. Like, did you have his direct number? Did you call him during business hours?
Literally like getting dropped off in the jungle and getting your ass whooped by 20 gorillas.
Whoa. She said it was like getting her ass whooped by 20 gorillas. Listen, man, listen. You're literally getting cut open and your body's basically being rearranged. All right? And you got to understand that you're going to go, those doctors should tell these women, you're going to go through a lot of pain. Do you really want to do this? But these doctors don't give a shit. They want that bread. They want that bread. But I thought that was an interesting way of saying that.
Getting jumped by 1,000 Mayweathers. I mean, I don't know, hitting your toe on the corner of a metal box.
Yeah, listen, stubbing your toe is painful. Trust me. It definitely is.
Bring times 1 trillion. Bitch, it hurts. No, never again.
Say never again. Well, hopefully you don't have to go back. You know, hopefully you don't have to go back. That's why I say I don't understand, man. You got women who literally do videos, tutorials on getting a bigger butt. You got heifer, I ain't want to call it heifers, but you got ladies who make videos on YouTube about doing exercises to get that butt in the right, get it right. I'm pretty sure there are female trainers who will do that. You don't have to go get a BBL. It's a quick fix because, truth be told, a lot of these women are too lazy they don't want to go and put the work in to get the bigger butt. They say I'm gonna get a quick fix because, some Instagram model or reality show personality done went and got one, but you're not getting those same doctors. Okay. You're not getting the work and the care and the therapy that they're getting unless you're going to be paying premium for it. A lot of these women ain't paying premium. They're paying the minimum amount. So you're going to get that type of care, which is the minimum amount of care. You had major BBL surgery and couldn't get a hold of the doctor. Did you call them on business hours?
So the pain is probably equivalent to like not working out for a long time.
So the way she explained it is not my experience at all. Clearly her pain level was somewhat mild. I was about to die. I remember waking up from surgery.
This reminds me, anybody seen that video of the girl that was laying in the truck or like I don't know if it was like a station wagon or something. She was laying in the back on her stomach and she was in tears because of the amount of pain that she was in. How many of y'all seen that video? Like she's laying back there and she's on video recording herself, of course, putting it on TikTok. And I'm saying, why go through all this? Because they want attention from men who ain't been giving it to them. They, you know what I'm saying? These women want the attention of some dude, probably some married man or, some guy that they've liked since high school. And they say to themselves, I'm going to go get a BBL to get that one idiot's attention. That's what it's all about. Right? Take that effort and make your life better financially. You know what I'm saying? Emotionally. Right? But you go get a BBL. It's going to do nothing but damage your psyche even more. Because what happens if the BBL doesn't come out right? I've seen stories of women's BBLs not being, them not being happy with the results. So,
screaming from the top of my lungs. The pain was unbearable. The next day I was in the hospital because my doctor didn't answer the phone. It was just wild.
What she said, he didn't answer the phone. Did you have his personal number? Listen, if you got that doctor's personal number, that's not a real doctor. That was just some guy, it was a part-time doctor. You know what I'm saying? He's a traveling doctor. He have traveling nurses. Got a traveling doctor. Did you have his personal number? Did you go to the 1-800 number? Did you call on business hours?
Literally like getting dropped off in the jungle and getting your ass whooped by 20 gorillas. Getting jumped by 1,000 Mayweathers. I mean, I don't know, hitting your toe on the corner of a metal box spring. times a trillion. Bitch, it hurts. No.
And again, this all can be avoided. You know, this could be avoided. She got surgery by a traveling doctor. That's what it was. He ain't answering his phone because that's one of his two phones. He got a work phone and a regular phone, I guess. Called a work phone. He ain't answering it. He ain't answering it on the weekends, and you know what I'm saying? He only there Monday through Friday. Maybe he only there twice a week. Maybe only there maybe Tuesday and Thursday. Right? Ladies, you don't have to go and get BBLs. Y'all copying. That's why I told y'all women are followers. When they try to tell you that women are leaders, no, they're not. Women are followers. This proves to you, and again, I have nothing against this woman, but I'm just offering her some real advice she ain't gonna hear nowhere else. You don't have to go and get this work done. But this shows a lot of these women are followers. They're not leaders. What are they leaders of? When they're following behind the look at y'all seen, I did the video about the women at the Atlanta airport who all of them went to go get BBLs and they were all in hospital beds coming back. It's like, what are y'all doing? Like all this to get the attention of some dusty. I bet you. All this to get the attention of some dusty or some married man. I guarantee you. No, he ain't leaving his wife. All right. And again, I'm not talking about her. I'm talking specifically, I'm talking about these heifers who are going to these foreign countries. They're getting their passports and they're going to these foreign countries to get work done. That married man ain't leaving his wife. It no matter if you get a BBL or not. That's what it seemed like to me. Shout out to everybody. So I just had to do that. Like, what is going on out here? Y'all out here, like, putting yourself through all type, 1,000 Mayweathers. She said she get the ass whooped by, she felt like she got ass whooped by 1,000 Mayweathers, man. That was funny to me. Oh, man. Let me see. I got another topic I'm going to get into real quick while I'm live. I'm going to just record these while I'm live. You know why I can do that? Because I can do that. Speaking of OnlyFans, I want to talk about an OnlyFans model that took her life, right? It was an OnlyFans model. She took her life because she got backlash from what people said she was pedo baiting. Whatever that means. They said that she was baiting weird men who have fetishes for underage girls. And she did not take this criticism very well. And she ended up taking her life. And this according to Yahoo. A Californian mom and OnlyFans model has reportedly taken her own life after claims she suffered depression, potentially caused by backlash from her online persona, Coconut Kitty. Deanna Dietz, who has over 5.4 million followers on Instagram, have previously been accused of manipulating her images to look like a child with claims that she was ped baiting. She was also accused of grooming and catfishing underage women on social media. So Rolling Stone previously reported. The news of her death came in the form of a statement on her popular Instagram page and was addressed to all lovers and fans of Coconut. The model age has always been unclear. However, reports suggest that she was 24 years old when she died. It's unfair. Life isn't fair. We wish you guys could get to know her the way her friends and family did. See, she was such a light to this world. Truly, she was always glowing. You could never slow that girl down, the statement read on Sunday, 1 week after her death. She was so hard-headed and strong, but also just so kind, with the biggest heart we have ever known. She was always trying to lift everyone up around her. She wanted everyone to win. The model remembered as a mom, sister, a daughter, and a best friend, and a person who could light up a whole room. She described as a person who would drop everything to help you with your problems and always be in your corner. Now, she was a mother. I want y'all to understand something. I don't condone whatever she was accused of, but I also don't condone a situation where she was out here trying to mislead people, allegedly. She's a mother. So we have another child without a mother. And I want women to understand this. When you get involved in these type of activities, you're going to be scrutinized. You got women who've left jobs in order to be an OnlyFans model. You got women whose children are being kicked out of schools because of what they choose to do professionally. All right. According to the SMBC 13, Miss Dietz had a reported net worth of $450,000. The publication also cited unconfirmed reports she'd been suffering a long battle with mental illness, potentially associated with her line of work. Wait a minute. She had a long battle of mental illness potentially associated with her line of work. So you got OnlyFans models who get mental illness for choosing to go into this line of work. How about you don't go into this line of work? Then you won't have to worry about mental illness. But again, I'm not just talking about her. I'm talking about all these other women who will claim that, now again, this is unconfirmed, but that they suffer from mental illness due to what they do. It's because of what you do. And maybe you're not 100% comfortable with what you're doing. In 2021 Rolling Stone article, Miss Dietz admitted she got tired of people commenting on her looks. It kind of bothered her. She says she also claimed her age was irrelevant when asked. Why did you say your age is irrelevant? You know why she's going to say it irrelevant? Because a lot of women are afraid of getting old, but they want to get older. You got a lot of these young girls that want to be older, but they don't want to get old. Instead of her just telling people what her age was, she didn't tell them. Why is that? Why didn't she tell people what her age was? Is it because you're trying to make people believe that you're younger than what you are? You see, that type of mentality is why you got grown women trying to pretend to be high schoolers and going into these high schools. She says she created Coconut Kitty as a way to express herself as a real life anime character with a small chin, small waist, and big eyes. Coconut Kitty gave me an opportunity to disassociate myself. Well, that's not good. That's never good. She's been accused of some horrible things. I don't know if it's what happened or not, but the refusal to give your age, the pictures, because there's some wild pictures of her. I'm not gonna put up on the screen where they claim that she's trying to make herself look like a preteen girl to bait. I don't know, it's to bait men who are into that, because you got some weirdos out here. I don't know, man, but this is just something I saw, and I said to myself, OnlyFans is going to be the most sued platform in about 10 years, maybe even less than that, because a lot of women are going to blame their mental health issues on that platform. When in reality, they all chose to go there. You all chose to sign up and put out the material that you put out. But I'm telling you right now, there are going to be women who are going to blame OnlyFans for their mental illness, when really, it's, I think it's way deeper than that. I wanted to speak on that real quick. Listen, Western women are suffering out here, and they suffering almost in silence because their family, like, oh my God, I didn't know anything was going on. It's like, because they're not talking to anybody. They're not talking to anybody. Again, make sure y'all like the stream, man. What's going on with these Western women? There's a lot going on with these Western women, man. More so than, people want to accept. Now, let me say this too. About Michael B. Jordan real quick. Michael B. Jordan has been getting a lot of flack from a lot of you women because he's everything that the men that you date aren't. He's self-sufficient, he's successful, and he could date any woman he wants. And the amount of slander that I have seen personally from a lot of you women just expose the type of men that you women are with. You women, I should say you people, But you heifers love dating dysfunctional men that you can control. A bunch of fake tough guys who are nothing more than mama's boys that can't do for themselves. They don't think they have the capacity to do for themselves. Because none of you women give them the confidence to say, hey, you can do this, you can do that. You want these dudes to be underneath you because it's always a competition with you ever. It's always a competition. Why is it a competition? Why are we, especially as black people, constantly in competition with each other? Listen, none of you women are competition for me. None of you. Because you don't think the way that I think. You don't have the same goals that I have. You don't have the same motivations that I have. And when it comes to survival, men are always going to know what to do. A lot of you women are going to follow. That's just how it's always going to be. They try to tell you women, listen, you can do what men can do. You can kick a grown man's ass. You can go out there and build your own companies and your own businesses. Y'all know why there's so many women CEOs now? It's because the men built it, but they have to put a female face on it to legitimize the propaganda. They want to legitimize their propaganda. That's what they want to do. They want to legitimize their belief systems. And that's why you see so many female CEOs out here. And this is why you have the L'Oreals of the world who think they can disrespect a man who producing a film. They're doing a red carpet on it, and she thinks that she could just stand toe to toe with this guy, be like, no, I ain't said that. You got it wrong. But you're in the wrong. I don't care what your big head friend has to say. I don't care. Michael B. Jordan had every right to be upset. And I hope more men, can confront the useless heifers who have done nothing but make fun of them and disrespect them. Shout out to everybody that's here. Appreciate y'all being here. And that's it for me. Thank y'all for being here. I'm going to be on live too long. Shout out to the moderators, the channel members. Thank y'all for being here. The Patreons, the people that buy t-shirts. Because I am a t-shirt salesman. Click the link in the chat room and you'll see. Make sure y'all follow me on all the social media, man. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Yes, half of those women CEOs are not qualified. They're not. We had one female CEO who resigned after she made this platform worse. They're figureheads. Look at Facebook. They had a female CEO. The woman was finessing money out the company for a wedding, man. You know what I'm saying? Putting female faces on these companies and they end up leaving in disgrace. That's what we talking about here. All right, people. Salute to everybody that's here. Thank y'all for being here. It's a good show. Hold on. Make sure y'all tune into the video content too on the other channels. So subscribe to the other channels so you're not surprised, or you don't miss a video and then you send me a topic for a video I already done. Some of y'all got to stop doing that. Watch the video content. Go back to the channel so you don't miss Nathan. Okay? All right, people. Good night. I'll see y'all next one.